Hey, how's it guys? In this PyQt tutorial, we'll learn how to create a checkable combo box widget. Alright, so here's the demo that we'll be creating in this video. So here I have a dropdown, and this dropdown is my checkable combo box widget. And for each item, I can check or uncheck the item from the list. So if I want to select green, teal, or pink, I can simply just check the items from the list to insert the items. And it's pretty useful when you want to build a system that supports multi-value combo box such as Salesforce. Right, so let me close this window. Now in my Python script, here I have a list, and it's going to be the items that I want to insert to my combo box. And let me go ahead and import my, insert my code snippet. And I'll put a list inside the main routine. And I'll put it right here. Alright, so from the import statement, I'm going to import QPushButton from the Qt widgets module, as well as these two classes, QApplication, QWidget, and just do some of the layout managers that I might potentially be using later on. And for the combo box, we'll simply use the regular QComboBox widget. Alright, so that's everything I'm going to import from the Qt widgets module. Now from the Qt core module, I want to import Qt class and the QEvent class. And to work with the combo box items, I'm going to convert each item to a QStandard item object. So from the Qt GUI module, I'm going to import a QStandard item class. Alright, so here's my application template. Now if I launch the window, and it's going to give us a blank window. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to import my push button first. I'll name the push button btn. And I'll name the label retrieve. And I'll add the push button to my layout manager. Alright, so we have a push button on the window, and let me change the font size. Let's do 50. And I'll change the window height to 200. Alright, so because everything is happening on the QComboBox widget, so here I'm going to create a combo box template. I'll name the class ComboBox. Actually, let's name the class checkable combo box. And we're going to pass QComboBox as the parent class. Now let's configure some of the default settings of the QComboBox widget. So first I want to set the editable setting to true. So when you're working with a combo box widget, the input field is actually a QLine edit widget. So within the QComboBox object or widget, we can reference the input field by referencing the line edit method. And I want to set the field read only. Now going back to the my app class, and here let's create a combo box, and I'll name the object combo box is equals to checkable combo box. Then I'll add the widget to the self.layout object. And here's my window or my application. And I'll put the application on the right. And because I will need to reference the interface. And here I want to create a tracker to check whether or not if the combo box pop-up is closed. So I'll name the variable or tracker close line edit click. And I'll set the default to false. Next, I want to install my own event filter. I want to work on the line edit object first. And here let's insert the event filter method. And this one's going to be object and event. That's the parameters. And because this is a built-in event, so we need to return the event state at the end. Right, so here let's check if the object is a line edit widget or the line edit object of the QComboBox. And if the event type. And here, let me rename the argument to widget. I feel like object is a keyword that Python uses. Right, so here I was saying that if the input signal is coming from the QComboBox line edit widget, and if the event type is a QMouse button, actually button release event. And if the close online edit clerk value is true, they want to hide the pop-up. And because I haven't created a method yet, so here means to-do node. Otherwise, I want to show the pop-up. I want to return 2. And this should be mouse button release. Oh, okay, so I made a mistake. Actually, maybe, let me take a look. Okay, so that was the issue. I forgot to insert the return keyword. I haven't inserted the items yet, so let's do that right now. And to do that, I want to create a method to insert the items. And my items is going to be a list of colors. Alright, so going back to the checkable ComboBox template, let's call this template. And the reason why I need to create a separate method to add the items is because each items need to be treated independently. And this add items method takes 2 parameters. First one is items. The second one is going to be item list. And this one's optional, so I'm going to set the default to none. And here I'm going to insert another method called add item. So basically, the add items method is going to call the add item method to add each color individually, add that to the ComboBox widget. Alright, so the add items method takes the text, which is going to be the value name. And because we can pass user data, so I'm going to insert another parameter called user data, and I'll set the default value to none. Now we're going to construct the QStandardItems object. And we're going to set the text with the text argument. Alright, so here I want to insert if statement. If user data is present, they want to replace the text by using the item.setData method. I want to replace the value with user data argument. Now I want to enable the checkbox setting. We can enable the checkbox by referencing the setFlags method. They want to insert the item is enable value from the Qt class, and the Qt.item is usable, actually not usable, Qt.item is user checkable value. Then I want to set the data value using the setData method. I want to set the default to unchecked. So we can insert the value by referencing the Qt class .unchecked. And we'll insert the row as Qt.checkStateRow. And finally, we're going to add the data object, which is going to be this item object, to the ComboBox model by referencing the model method .append row to insert the item. Now going back to the add items method. Here we want to iterate the items argument, and I also want to return the element index. So I'm going to use the enumerate function. Then I'll pass the items argument. And I'll say for index and text from this output. I want to insert a try except block. And I want to check against the type error and the index error. If we run into any error, then I want to set the data object to none. Otherwise, we are going to create the data object by referencing the items list, giving the index. Then we'll call the add item method. And we'll pass the text and the data object. Alright, so let's see. Let me do this. Let me go back to my app class. And I want to test out the add items method first. And I'll pass the list colors. Alright, so here I already have a error somewhere. And it should be if user data is now none. And it should be enumerate. Right, so if I click on my dropdown, here for each item, we have a checkbox that we can associate to each item. And listen that here, if I hide the pop-up, I don't know if you can see it, but the pop-up sometimes will reopen instantly. And that's why we need to create a method called hide pop-up to address the flicking issue. Alright, so here let's create the hide pop-up method. Alright, so here we're referencing the QComboBox widget, which is the parent. So here that's why I'm referencing the super method, the hide pop-up. So when I close the pop-up, I want to delay the operation by 10 of a second. Now I want to insert another event filter. And this one's going to be referencing to the ComboBox view. And here I'm going to type self.view.viewPort. And I need to link the signal to the template. Right, so let me try again. And it should be timer. Alright, so here to insert the text to the QLine edit field or the line edit field, I want to create another method called update line edit field. And we're going to create an empty container to store all the check items. And we can do that by iterating each item from the combo box. So here I'm going to say for I in range, giving the record count from the combo box model itself, that row count. And we can reference the item by referencing the self.model.item method. And we insert the row index, which is going to be I value. Then we can check the check state by referencing the check state method. And if the check state is equals to qt.check, then I want to add the item to my container. And we can grab the value by inserting the index to the item method. And we can retrieve the value by referencing the text method. And lastly, we need to concatenate all the elements into a single string. So I'll name the string text string. And I'll join all the text using a comma. Now we can add the text string to the combo box line editor object using the setText method, and I'll insert the text string value. Right, so let's go back to the event filter method. Now we need to handle the operation of the second event filter. Alright, so here I'm going to say if widget is equals to self.view.viewPort, and if the event type is equals to QEvent.mouseButtonReleaseEvent. Then I want to grab the item index by giving the corner position. And we can do that by referencing the view from the combo box .index at. Then we're going to insert the event position. And it's going to pass the / location, and using the index at method to figure out the item index. Then we can grab the item itself by referencing the combo box model .item, and we'll insert the row index. Then I want to check if the item check state is equals to qt.check. Then I want to set the check state to qt_onCheck. Otherwise, it's going to be qt_check. So this is the check-on-check operation. And here I want to return true. Otherwise, I'm going to return the event filter state. So copy paste this line and copy and paste. Alright, so there's one more thing we need to do to insert the values from the checkable items. So every time when I check or uncheck an item from the dropdown, I want to reference the data change signal from the model itself or the QComboBox data model. If a checkbox state is updated, then this signal is going to fire. Then I want to call the update line editor text, line editor field, not text. Then I want to call the update line editor field method. Alright, so let's give it a try. So that's everything we need to write to create the application. Now here, let's say if I want to select orange, teal, and blue. If I decide I don't want teal, and that's going to give us orange and blue only. If I want to retrieve the value, let's go back to the push button. If I want to retrieve the value from the combo box, so here let's configure the push button click signal. And I'll insert the lambda function. And I'll simply just print the value. So here I'll reference the combo box object. Then I'll reference the line edit object or entity dot text. Or in the default should be empty string. That's okay. Here, let's do that. Let me fix that. Okay, so that's something I need to look into, but that's okay. If I select one of the colors, let's do green and blue. And if I click on the push button, and that'll give us blue and green. And let's do one more testing. Let's do blue, yellow, green, blue, and black. Alright, so here we have blue, yellow, green, blue, and black. So this is going to be everything I'm going to cover in this video. And hopefully you guys found this video useful. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.